I was on this chicken forum and we were talking about like how fun it is and how peaceful it is to like sit with your flock and throw them treats and listen to them clucking and making their little sounds, and how it just like makes us happy to be able to do that. And all of a sudden this guy came in and he commented and he was like, well, people who feed their chickens treats are insecure, they're weak, and the only reason they do that is to fill a void inside themselves. And I was like, what? Hey guys, welcome to Chickenlandia. I am a backyard chicken educator here in the Pacific Northwest, but you can call me the president of Chickenlandia. You like to have treats, don't you, Bubblicious? He likes treats. He doesn't like what that man said, do you? Oh, well, I'm going to put you down. So before we get started, I just want to start out by saying that I understand that it takes all kinds, okay? It takes different strokes to move the world. I get that. And there's a lot of different philosophies when it comes to chicken keeping. Like really, most people that are in this chicken game, especially the educators, they're really trying to steer the society away from chickens and factory farms, which is unhealthy for us and unhealthy for the chickens. So I commend that no matter what form it takes. The only thing that really bothers me is when people do things. Oh, hold on. I gotta stop her. I can't deal with that. Is that you? This is Beast. Did you lay an egg, little Beast? You're a good girl. All right, I'm gonna put you down. I want you to be quiet. So the thing that really does bother me is when people are being like purposely divisive, because really like negativity will get you more clicks than positivity does. And that really bothers me because it's like a roadblock to a more sustainable future where we have chickens living in our backyards instead of in tiny little cages in a factory farm. So why are some people against feeding chickens treats? Well, they're just concerned that chickens are going to get unhealthy, that they're going to be fed an unbalanced diet, that people will go out to their chicken yards and they'll be feeding their chickens every day like donuts and hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff that is not good for chickens. But I really feel like those are extreme situations. I think in general, humans have an innate ability to know the right way to feed chickens, and chickens have been domesticated for a very long time, and it's only a very short period of that time that we've actually had chicken feed. Usually chickens will eat what human beings waste. So we'd be throwing like veggie scraps out to them. We'd be throwing maybe a little bit of grain out to them, but it would be this relationship, this sustainable relationship that worked for a very long time. And I believe that we all have kind of that memory in us that's from our ancestors. I had to go get her again because she was being too loud. All that being said, the truth of the matter is that the chickens that we have today, the domestic chickens that we have today, especially in the Western world, they have different nutritional needs than the chickens that we have had over the millennia. The laying hens today, they need a lot of nutrition, and that's why I do say if you can feed your laying hens a good balanced layer feed so that they can get the nutrition they need to lay strong eggs so that they can live a nice long life and have a nice long laying life too. To make things easy for people, what I did is created Chickenlandia's chicken food pyramid, and it's really just meant as a guide to go along with your natural instincts so that you can feed your chickens in a healthy way and you don't have to worry too much about whether or not you're feeding them too much of this or too much of that. It just really breaks it down and makes it simple for you. And I do have videos about that and information about that, and I'll link that down in the description. Chicken treats are important because it gets variety into your chicken's diet and it gets like fresh nutrients into your chicken's diet, whereas a lot of processed feeds, that they've been processed and then the nutrients has to get added back in. So when you feed kitchen scraps and other treats, you're getting fresh nutrients into your chickens. And so that's really important, but it's not the only important thing about giving your chickens treats. In fact, I think there's something that's even more important than that, and I want to tell you about it. When we come outside to our chicken yard and we take the time to connect with our chickens, we're really connecting with nature. And that is something that is getting more and more rare in today's modern world. And I think when we take a moment to connect with nature, we're also connecting with that knowledge that's within us. It's a traditional knowledge. And this is how I make money. I make money being a backyard chicken educator. It's not a lot of money, okay? But this is my career and I love it. But part of my duty is to empower you to understand that you have this knowledge within you. You really do. You don't need me. You have this knowledge within you. And, we all do. So I just want to say our ancestors didn't have hamburgers, hot dogs, and donuts, okay? So obviously we want to feed our chickens healthy if we want them to thrive. Even the treats need to be healthy, but you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can get lean proteins that your family has left over from your meals. You can feed your chickens, of course, like greens. You can also purchase something. And what I like to buy are grubs because my chickens absolutely go crazy for them. I've got a huge box of grubs right here that I'm going to feed my chickens today. It's from Scratch and Peck Feeds. Let me show it to you. Okay, I gotta say this fast because these chickens are getting very impatient. Okay, so full disclosure, Scratch and Peck Feeds, I'm an ambassador for them. I love this company. We've kind of grown up together. Like when I was just starting Chickenlandia, they were really they had already been established, but they were growing. They're a really small company and they're doing great and they make great products. So they've had their grubs for a long time, but now they have this new packaging, Mother Earth approved, all natural, no sprays, no additives. These are grown in North America. And what they do is they feed the grubs pre-consumer like vegetables and grains that would normally go to a landfill, and instead it goes to feed the grubs. So this is like a really sustainable product, and that's why I like it. And of course the chickens love it. They love it. They love the grubs. I do want to say that sometimes I come out to the chicken yard and I do feel insecure and I do feel a void inside myself. And I don't know why I feel that way sometimes, but I do because I'm a human being. And coming out here to the chicken yard and throwing some treats to my chickens, it helps. And I don't think that makes me weak. I don't think that means that there's something wrong with me. I think it makes me human. And I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to have this experience and at the same time to do something that I feel is healthy for my chickens. So I want everybody to have this experience because there's a lot of joy in it and I think it's important. So one of the questions people have about feeding their chickens is what kind of chicken feed should they give them? Should they give them crumble? Should they give them mash? Should they give them pelleted feed? I have a video all about that and you can watch it right here. It's 100% friendly backyard chickens education and entertainment, and I know you're gonna love it.